Good evening, Tier 3. Welcome back to APPF1. And tonight we are racing at Bahrain, our last trip to the Middle East for our hat trick of races. So today, good evening, Denko in the chat. We will quickly plough through the championship standings before anyone does a lap. So let's just quickly get that loaded up. So T3 standings. Here we go. So after 2 rounds, it is indeed Lufus leads the way in the Mercedes on 41 points. In second place, we've got Drogon on 32 points, so a 9-gap lead for Lufus there at the top. Runes is in third on 24 points. Joint on 24 points is Joey B in fourth place. Then we've got James Gardner in fifth place on 20 points. LB on 18 points. Robsu is also on 18 points. And then we've got Tier on 17 points. Nemo on 15 points. Stanley on 10 points. Ralphie on 8 points. MS on 8 points also. Josh the Guy down on 5. A very poor start for Josh. Legends on 3 points. Bacon Bear on the 1 point. Primeval and Avenir are our only non-scorers. Constructors, just quickly, it's also Mercedes leading away by 15 points. Mercedes on 65 points. Kicksauber on 50 points. Let's just quickly get my bits sorted. Who is going to be the leading car? I believe it will be an Aston Martin. Not Stanley. MS will be the first car. Here we go. Yes, so Kicksauber on 50 points, then Ferrari on 38 points, 27 points behind the Mercedes already. It's looking like a big gap to claw back. Red Bull in fourth on 29 points, McLaren in fifth on 24 points, Aston Martin in sixth with 18 points, Williams on 15 points in seventh, the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls on 4 points, and then Alpine and Haas are the last two drivers or teams even without any points. Yes, we will see how Lufus and Drogon get on tonight without racing line. It would be a big test for them, as MS is the first car on a lap at the moment. So we'll ride on board with him at the moment. So 28.5 in the first sector. I feel like we will see faster sector 1 times as that goes. Very tricky braking point, this one, as you kind of want to not lock up, but keep your steering wheel as straight as possible as well. Second DRS zone on the track is along this back straight. You can get some overtakes done, but it's you need a really good drive out of that previous corner to get on that. I will get the corner numbers up in a moment. So MS has kept it within the lines at the moment. You keep the car as far left as possible. You try and take as much of this curb on your left-hand side, throw the car into the last corner. And, well, technically that little kink there is the last corner, if I remember rightfully, as MS crosses the line to come home in second place. We have got Joey B racing to the line now, as Joey B goes top of the timing sheets by a good 4/10 on MS. Joey B's teammate Josh Tagaya with a 1:29.1. As we have got OWR Shaggy P. I believe he's new to APP. This is his debut, I do believe. Nemo is down in fifth. Stanley goes pole with a 1:28.7, just pipping Joey B. We will keep an eye on Lufus as well, who is also on a lap. We have got Manflo, who is also new to APP as well. So there's quite a few. He's actually invalidated. Avenir makes his over prolonged return to APP as well. He is back racing tonight as well, as James Gardner will be looking to have a solid result here. He sets a 1:29.0 as he crosses the line in fourth position. We also have got Robsu on track as well, but we will try and find Lufus. Apologies if you can hear coughing in the background. My stepson is dying of hay fever, according to him. As Lufus races towards the line and he goes 8th of 1:29.7, but it's a feeler lap. Drogon without the racing line as well, so at 1:29.2, so half a second quicker than his championship rival Lufus. But this is one of the easier tracks to get a grip of without racing line. My first ever APP race in Tier 2 was around Bahrain, and I won without racing line. So it just goes to show, if I can do it, these guys most definitely can do it as well. Runes has joined the session, as he will be able to jump into a car. We have TH Academy 54 also on track tonight. I believe he is also a newbie, so plenty of newbies on the grid tonight, which is what we love to see in APP. He's just currently on an out lap at the moment. I think there is going to be nobody really on a flying lap. We'll keep an eye on Nemo. Looks like he's pushing. As Nemo in the Golf Williams livery coming down the back straight here. Is 17 the record for Tier 3? It's up there. It's definitely up there. And Nemo is going half a second quicker. But if he carries on improving at this rate, maybe he can challenge Robson and possibly Lufus at the back of the grid here. It's just keeping the car on track. But Sector 3 is pretty much just 2 corners and you're done. So as he crosses the line, he actually lost a bit of time, but it's an improvement, and he's in the 29s, as which is a very positive to see. So we have got TH Academy on a lap as well. We'll ride on board with TH Academy to see how he gets on. A bit wide and a bit hesitant to get on the accelerator there. So 28.8 first sector, 3/10 down on Stanley. Or was it MS, sorry, on the first lap. So just a little bit off at the moment. And we'll be looking to try and claw back some time in Sector 2. A lot of time to be had in Sector 2 if you can get the racing line absolutely nailed and your braking point picked absolutely spot on for that tight Sector 2, especially that left hairpin. So TH Academy coming round up to the Sector 2 line, as now he has got, it's technically 2 corners. Sector 3 is of 3 corners, but these are 2 corners coming up, believe it or not. This one here and then this little kink also counts as a corner. I don't make the rules. As a TH Academy crosses the line to go P10. It's a solid first lap. We have Manflow on a lap as well, racing down the penultimate straight here. How will Manflow do in the Alpine? Alpine will be looking to score their first points of the season tonight. Manflow up to the line, and it is P11. We also have got Bacon Bear and Runes on track. Bacon Bear coming down the penultimate straight, but are they pushing? I think this is going to be a respectable lap for Bacon Bear. As Bacon Bear approaches the line, it's a 1:30.9, about a second off Nemo, but there's definitely potential there. This is one of those tracks where DRS is ever so important. Now on board with Runes. Runes coming up to Sector 3. And just crosses the sector line. It's a 106.434 there. Runes will be looking to capitalise on on Drogon's and Lufus's nerf as Joey B, just out of nowhere, as actually Runes invalidates in the last corner. Joey B, though, laying down the gauntlet to the rest of the field here, as he is 4/10 clear of Stanley. So the Red Bull ahead of the two Aston Martins, and now Shaggy's getting a nice slipstream to the line as he sets a 1:28.6, jumps up to the front row with Joey B. We have Josh the Guy in the white Red Bull, so Joe sporting the normal livery Red Bull as well, and we have also got Avenir in 9th position. Lufus down in 12th at the moment, and currently improving by 4/10 is Lufus. We'll see how the championship leader does get on. We'll be very intrigued to see how he copes without racing line in tier 3. Two very dominant wins, although he was pushed by Drogon pretty much to the line almost last week, but they was well clear of the rest of the field here, so Drogon and Lufus will they should settle into a bit of into a rhythm very nicely once the race gets underway. Once you've got other cars around you can use as a pace car, it's definitely doable. But Lufus is 9/10 up on his best time here, and it's currently on for a 1:28.6 potentially, and if he does that he will find himself definitely in the top 4 here as he races towards the line. Now what's he going to set? It's a 1:28.8. He is in 4th. A great lap by Lufus as well. Drogon is a driver we need to keep an eye on as well. He's currently half a second up according to the timesheet there as he finishes his lap, and he is on the front row in 2nd place. No racing line, no problem for Drogon. Tyr has made it up to 5th place as well. It's a good lap for Tyr. Josh the Guy having a much better outing in qualifying as well in 7th place. Just trying to keep up with the times here. Apologies if I do blue screen you here. I'm going to see if I can I was just seeing if I could turn off the chat overlay, as it is really was blocking my track map and trying to see who is on a lap here. So we have yellow flags for drivers here. It looks like Ralphie is out of fuel. So I can't see how much time left is currently in qualifying, but I'd imagine we are within the last 5 minutes, as it looks like we have a bit of a lull in session at the moment. MS has moved his way up to the front row, actually. A very solid lap from the Aston Martin driver there. A 1:28.375, still a good 6/10 off Joey B, or 7/10 should I say, off of Joey B, or even 7 thousandths even. Or is it? Oh God, I'm too tired to try and work out which is which now. I know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you guys do too. So James Gardner is in the pits. We have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left of this qualifying session. We have got Runes still to set a lap. And we'll ride on board with Runes because he will be the first driver to set a lap. We also have Nemo on a lap, but he looks like he's way down as Runes now approaches turn 1. Pick your braking point roughly around the 100-meter marker board on your left hand side there. Slows the car down nicely. You don't want the rear end to stick out here. So easy to do at Bahrain in these first few corners. Now DRS open. Stay as far left as possible to open up this turn 4 at this top of the first DRS straight. Nicely done. Ride the curb on the left-hand side. Now you're at the top of the hill. It's a right, left going downhill. Ride the curbs as well as you can as well. That looks very neat and tidy there from Runes. Pick your braking point for the hairpin now and clip the apex as nicely as you can. Try not to generate any rear wheel spin here. And now pick your braking point for this treacherous turn. I think it's turn 8 or turn 9. And now we're on the back straight. On the back straight of this circuit now. Keep the car as far right as possible as well. Ride this curb. Pick your turning point. Try not to light up the rears as well. It's a very easy corner to light up the rears and have a little spin. But this is looking really nice here by Runes now. He's getting the job done. So now he's got one straight left to go and the last corner essentially just ahead. You want to stay as far left again. Ride the curb. Pick your braking point. You can take a little bit of curb if you want to there, as he does indeed. Now racing towards the line using the last of his ERS. Opens the DRS flap and he's up to third position. A 128.499 from Runes. A very respectable lap for the Mercedes driver. Avenir is on a lap. We've also got Manflow on a lap and Bacon Bear 2. Bacon Bear is almost out of ERS. And a little bit down on their time. We will keep an eye on Manflow in the Alpine. The pretty in pink Alpine car. Manflow is slightly down on their time as well. We'll keep an eye on Avenir, who is looks like he's improving on his time. Is the guy from Abu Dhabi. So it's nice to see a very healthy, thriving grid tonight as Avenir is 4 tenths up on his time here. And if he can hook this lap up together, he could well be within the top 5. And he will be delighted to have that result potentially on his first race back from his a few weeks off from racing. Across the line for Avenir, he is in P5. But we do have everybody else finishing a lap. Runes will not be on a lap. Lufus is on an out lap. And I believe we have got a McLaren of Ralphie is also on an out lap. Let's just try and see who is going to be the first driver across the line. Joey B's gone very wide there. Just fractionally up on his time as well. Perhaps he's eased off, and will this be an improvement? I'm not too sure. As to the racing line, so to the finish line comes the Red Bull. Does he improve on his time? He does. It's a 128.2. As Drogon boxes, he's not happy with his final time. As I believe the next car is Josh the guy coming around the last corner to the straight now. DRS comes at you very late here and up to 9th. Tear into the pits as we do have a Ferrari coming up to the line now of James Gardiner. Can he improve? He does. He's up to third position. It's a 128.4. A brilliant lap. MS back again on the front row, but TH Academy takes pole position with a 128.0. Joey B with a thought it's a slam dunk pole position there, but no. Academy has other ideas, and Runes is once again improving as Avenir crosses the line, does not improve. We also need to keep an eye on Lufus as well. He's got one corner left to go here. Does Lufus. And Lufus is not happy with his effort there. We've got Ralphie coming up to the last corner as well. He's up a comfortable amount of, healthy amount of time, but I think he's only going to make up a few positions. Yes, in 12th, a 128.7, a very respectable lap there by Ralphie. As the grid, the majority of the grid is within a second of each other. You've got the three at the back, Nemo, Manflow and Bacon Bear, probably just a little way off where they would want to be, but qualifying pace is one thing, but your race pace is quite another, as we have seen. Yes, out of nowhere, TH Academy takes pole position. A superb lap there from the Haas driver. So TH Academy, debut race, debut pole position, and will it be a debut win? Will he get a debut of slam dunks? It's a 128.035. Joey B joins him on the front row. Then we've got Runes in third, MS in fourth, James Gardner in fifth, LT Dragon in sixth, Robsu in seventh, Avenir eighth, Shaggy P ninth, Stanley in 10th, Josh the Guy in 11th, Ralphie in 12th, Tier in 13th, Lufus down in 14th, our championship leader, Nemo in 15th, Manflow in 16th, and Bacon Bear rounds off the field in 17th. Yes, thank you to everybody who is watching on YouTube at the moment. 20 people. I feel a lot of pressure on me to deliver the most professional commentary you'll ever hear in APP. So it is dusk here as the sun is setting over the Bahrain circuit. Oh, Shaggy is Norwegian. Okay, yes, X-Trek will be happy. Or maybe it is X-Trek in disguise. Who knows? Maybe it's his younger brother. We shall see. Lawrence Croft in the chat. I prefer to be Lawrence Brandel. But I'll do my best. Maybe my waffling sometimes will be very relatable to Crofty. So drivers currently on the field selecting their tyre strategy and fuel strategy for the start of this Grand Prix. We'll keep an eye on key points, especially on lap one. There's turn one. Can always throw up any kind of incidents or maybe late braking, as Ghost will know all too well from me all but ending one of his championship hopes in Tier 1. I just got a little bit brave and wiped him out completely. Right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we're underway for Tier 3 in Bahrain. Looks like a very good start there for Joey B, but perhaps not. The Academy just gets off away nicely. There is contact at the back between Ralphie and Josh the Guy. As MS just very brave at the inside there. As there is a huge contact and even more debris spraying across the track. As Lufus down in 13th at the moment, as a few drivers will be very upset with their start there. And we have got Tier around in the McLaren now. I'm not too sure what happened, as we have also got another Haas towards the back. That is OWR Shaggy also going for a little adventure. So a few drivers will be upset with the race start here. That was carnage in the first few corners. Academy leads the way by MS, as we will quickly get the tyre strategy up. So that's nice and easy. 16 of the 17 drivers have opted for the medium tyres, and then we have got just one driver on hard tyres, which is James Gardner, who loves an alternate strategy. And it's all about staying in DRS and just being dragged along. The longer you can be dragged along for on those hard tyres, then you're going to be in a great position come the end of this race. A few drivers were moaning about the tyre wear around the circuit. I would anticipate a one stop, but two stop is not out of the question. I believe on the last game as well, Bahrain was an absolute pig of a circuit for tyre wear. Academy crosses the line first with MS in second. Joey B probably rambling on to himself about MS's lunge in the first corner. Will not be too happy there. Ralphie gets a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pits. The awful start for both McLarens, down in 16th and 17th. Shaggy once again, I think he's just had another moment there in the Haas, just not having a great start to his APP career debut, as Bacon Bear down in 13th, hanging on to the back of Nemo, which is nice to see. Here picking up his traditional time penalty in the race. So both McLarens also having a horrendous start, and also both have time penalties, as Academy has broken the DRS to MS behind. MS will be dragging along the majority of the field. Drogon just sitting outside of a second from Runes. Perhaps Runes will be aware of Drogon's struggles here, potentially, and will want to eat away or try and eke out that gap behind him. Joey B, if he wants a race win, he needs to get this move done as soon as possible. There's no question about it. TH Academy is ploughing on nicely as he sets the fastest lap. It's a 1:32 flat, pretty much, just 3 thousandths off the 1:32.000. So Joey B picking his braking points there. We will see if anything is happening down the pit straight. We have an awful camera angle going into turn 1, as there is an overtake out of the back here between Josh the Guy and Shaggy. These two have been locked together, as Josh the Guy's start to his season is just going from bad to worse by each round which is going on at the moment. Just hasn't been the same since he's lost out on the title. Lost out on the title in that title finale a couple of seasons ago. Ralphie is quite a way back and with 10 seconds to his woes, but a safety car could change his fortunes potentially anyway. But we're not thinking about safety cars right now. We are thinking about the battle for, well, it's looking like the battle for second position at the moment. Joey B once again will be looking to get on the back of MS, as I said one lap ago, really needs to try and get this move executed, as he is just watching Academy storm down the road at the moment. And Joey B was on pole the majority of the qualifying session, so perhaps feeling a little bit ruffled as to how that pole position slipped away from him. Trick, who says James Gardner's doing a great job on the hard tyres, and he is indeed. As long as you stay in the DRS and get dragged along, your race is going to look pretty damn good come the end or the second stint. It's just how much can you drag them out, as Joey B runs very wide there. You've got to be very careful not to pick up a track limits penalty or warning, even for a simple mistake like that, because you will not get that overturned. Yellow flags at the back here, and we have got Josh the Guy, I believe. Yeah, Josh the Guy once again going for a spin. I wonder if that is another collision with Shaggy out the back. Not a good start, as I said, for Shaggy at the moment. Just seem to be involved in a few incidents at the moment, as we have got an overtake going on here, as Drogon has let Robsu through. The Robsu rocket ship is underway at Bahrain, and we do have to keep an eye on Robsu around here. This is Robsu territory to steal a very good race result, and as we can see, he is on the case of Runes ahead. Drogon couldn't live with the pace of these front cars, so potentially that's a good save. There is a lit at the rears, and the back end just stepped out. It's a good save there from Robsu. And he is within DRS, I believe, as so he has saved his bacon just there. So we're spaced out, as MS is now within a second of Academy ahead. Not too sure what's happened to Academy. Is he disconnected? Yeah, I think Academy's disconnected here. Wow, not too sure what is going on there with Academy. I definitely don't have him as a friend or anything, so I unfortunately cannot add him back into the session. That is not good for TH Academy, as I'm wondering what is going on here. Is he back in the session? As we have a massive bundle of cars at the back here, just struggling to stay on track. And Joey B, what's happened to Joey B now? He's just got swamped down that back straight there. He's down in fourth. I'm not too sure what is going on. Joey B has lost all his pace, as I think, not too sure what is going on right now. Runes is making the most of Runes is making the most of this downfall of the drivers here, as Joey B once again is getting absolutely swamped on the straight, and he's getting absolutely bullied by these kick Saubers, as I thought I saw a front end plate there fly off one of the Saubers. We shall see in a moment as to what's happened there. We have yellow flags in sector 1. We are 3 wide as well. Wow. And Joey B has just gone from 3rd position all the way down to 8th in the space of a lap. What is going on with the Red Bull driver here, as he has just clipped the back of the James Gardner there, and perhaps getting a little bit flustered. But this is also coming into the hard tyre territory now, as we will see James Gardner have a fistful of pace over these medium runners he is currently racing with. We are on lap 6 of 29 of this Bahrain Grand Prix, and I do not know what has happened in the last lap or so. We have had position changes up and down the field. It's just you cannot keep an eye on what is going on. So much is happening throughout the field here. But the Academy is on the back of MS once again. I'd like to know why Academy just lost, a good second and a half, and it didn't look like a mistake. He just had no pace. Okay, but potentially Academy was paused during the race then. Okay, that's interesting. As MS is really pushing that Haas car around, and whilst he's doing that, he's costing them so much time. And now Runes has caught up to the field now, as MS's impatience perhaps is costing him a good chance at taking the lead of this race here. That is a very plausible thing in the chat there. Maybe he was paused. It must be a very legitimate reason to pause if you're in a race lead, though. Surely you just wouldn't pause it for no reason. We will have to investigate that at the end of the race to see what happens. Unfortunately, there is only one way you learn, and that is the hard way when it comes to pausing in a race session. So James Gardner 1.3 seconds behind Robsu at the moment, doesn't have DRS, but still finds himself in a very healthy position. Joey B has indeed pitted on that last lap, and he has got clear air in front of him, but perhaps no DRS to feed off of could really hurt his pace here. And I'd be very surprised if you can get to the end on the hard tyres from here. I would anticipate a 2-stop potentially. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on JB's pace as well. So he is 8.8 seconds off of Bacon Bear. And Bacon Bear is the next car along on the field. We'll keep an eye on what is going on at the front as well. So Academy just sitting outside 1 second again. Has definitely got the pace in that Haas, and that is something we will be keeping an eye on as well. To pull out a good second over your rivals at this track is very impressive if you're in the lead. So we will be keeping note of that pace up front there. MS is in second and has got Runes in close company in the Mercedes behind. So Runes has worked his way up. Let's just quickly get the position changes on the field. Okay, so MS has made two positions here. And Robso is up 3 positions. Stanley's up 4 positions. Drogon's lost a position. Manflow is up 7 positions, but that is because of the drivers in the pits behind who have pitted already. Interesting stuff. So it's early days at the moment. 13th downwards have boxed as well as a penalty situation. 6 for Tia, 10 for Ralphie, and then we've got 3 for Lufus and Shaggy. Lufus with a time penalty, and Lufus down in 10th, our championship leader at the moment, just getting to grips without a race in line. Yep, I think lap 1 could well be a steward's nightmare. We've seen a few incidents here as well. If Academy did pause as well and hindered Joey B, then I feel that will be a slam dunk penalty too. And also, there's also Shaggy at the back, and Josh the guy, I believe, had a couple of come-in-togethers as well. So it will make for interesting reading come the stewards report. We have a yellow flag in Sector 1, and that was for Nemo in the Gulf Williams. So Academy 3 seconds clear at the moment. In the Haas. Runes is all over the back of MS as well. We don't want position change. We would like tyres on the board at the moment, just so we get an idea of who is running what and where and for how long, as they race across the line. And Runes is looking for a move at the inside of MS. MS is not going to let this go too easily, as Runes gets the DRS and it gets ahead of MS. You can see him pulling away in the Mercedes, and now MS just lunges in once the car gets in front of him, and will not be helping his tyre wear or his race pace doing late moves like that. But now Runes has gone, just use Runes as a pace car and just copy what he's doing, because whatever he's doing is the right thing at the moment, especially he's on the same tyres as you. As now Runes chases down, or tries to chase down Academy just ahead of him. So James Gardner 1.8 seconds off of MS on the hard tyres at the moment. You would imagine these hard tyres should comfortably be quicker than the medium tyres around him now. So this is definitely James Gardner's time to shine in the Ferrari and make a move. Joey B down in 12th. We'll keep an eye on his pace. Is catching up to Bacon Bear very quickly. Is just under 2 seconds behind Bacon Bear now. Bit of clear air should help his bid, but I do fear without the DRS could really find himself just maybe out of the competition here for the race win. MS is in the pits. So lap 11 of 29, we also have a Mercedes coming into the pits. That must be Lufus. It is indeed. As into the pits comes the Mercedes driver as well. It's a tyre change onto the hard tyres. Quick stop. And down the pit straight. Joey B is gone. You can see MS is ahead of Joey B there. So Joey B, okay, might not be completely out of contention here, but still, he's still got Bacon Bear ahead of him, and Bacon Bear could really hurt Joey B's pace here, as if she holds up Joe through the next few corners, then he will just watch MS break free on fresh tyres. Also, Joey B's hard tyres are 4 laps older than MS's hard tyres. So that will really hurt come the end of the race, and Bacon Bear moves out the way of Joey B. Maybe just lit up the rears and just did not want to throw the car into the barrier. So Academy is still extending that gap out front, 3.5 seconds at the moment. It was just outside 3 seconds when we last checked in. That is a very late move into the pits there by TH Academy as well. Potentially cross the line there as well to go into the pits. as Robsu decides to duck into the pits as well, as James Gardner inherits the lead of this race and has a 2-second gap to Stanley, as TH Academy looked like that was very slow coming out the pits there. Not too sure what has gone on there, because he has got runes all over the back of him now. As now will we see a bit of Haas teamwork? Runes looking around the outside of the Haas driver over front, won't be doing anything there. So now we've got MS and we've got Joe. So Joe will know he is kind of in the ballpark here, but tyre wear maybe may come back to hurt the Red Bull driver at the end of this race. So it's down to Runes to stay within the DRS now of the Haas driver ahead. James Gardner leading the way on the hard tyres by 2 seconds, just keeping it clean and on the track. And those potential the medium stint at the end of the race will be a superb ace up his sleeve for James Gardner come the end of this race, if he has a really promising pace over the other drivers at the end. As Stanley into the pits in the Aston Martin, as we have got OWR Shaggy also into the pits. So Academy is let's just try and work out what's going on here. Yes, Runes does have DRS on Academy just ahead, 18 seconds to James Gardner ahead, as Runes is really wringing the neck of this Mercedes. MS is 1.4 seconds behind. Once you're out DRS, you're just a passenger, as we can see Joey B just falling back from the battle ahead, and he will have Robsu in close company behind him, 1.3 seconds behind. And also Stanley having a very good race is the Aston Martin driver, much better improvement from last week in the Human Rights Grand Prix. Drogon just locking up the fronts there, losing a lot of time to Stanley there. Avenir having the quiet race down in 10th. Lufus just getting to grips with, and yeah, you could just locking up those fronts. We'll see a lot of that in Elite on Sunday. That front inside tyre locking up there. Ralphie down in 14th, Bacon Bear in 15th on the soft tyres, running very deep there, and will be hurting her pace just there as well. Nemo down in 16th without a track limits penalty, but I don't think that's going to really change their race at the moment. And Josh the guy just on his own at the back, just had a night to forget really. So James Gardner, I wonder what lap he's going to push these hards to. Surely you're going to go to roughly lap 18, box at the end of lap 18, and then have 10 laps on the mediums with lighter fuel as well, so maybe won't burn the medium tyres just as much. He's doing everything he needs to do at the moment, is James Gardner. Runes and Academy still dueling it out for the lead here, as Rune's just fallen with outside of a second, so he will not be in DRS. And just in the background, cue the Jaws music, the Aston Martin driver is closing in on Runes, and he has looked pretty feisty when he has had the chance to be close to the car in front of him. Joey B almost dragging along Robsu and Stanley as well. Robsu isn't within DRS, but using Joey B as a good pace car here. Robsu having a very good race himself in Tier 3 tonight. So now pit stops have settled down, and the field is spreading out real nice here. at this Bahrain circuit. A very popular circuit amongst pretty much most of the drivers on this game. Not often you hear people slate the circuit. It's one of my favourite circuits to drive on as well. You know, out of the... It kind of still is a modern circuit to join the calendar. And it's just perfect, really, I think. This is more circuits like this is what I'd love to see on the calendar in Formula One. No more street circuits. Let's have proper racing circuits like this, especially. Yeah, it's got a bit of everything on here, which everybody, everybody loves the challenge. It's got a mixture of fast corners, got a mixture of slow corners. It's just got everything you want. It can also, braking points here, getting the throttle down as well, and good long straights to measure too. So OWR Shaggy gets a time penalty for his worries, down in 11th at the moment. So 9th downwards all have time penalties, bar Nemo. And so the drivers at the front, the cream of the crop when it comes to not having a time penalty. Runes just sitting outside of a seconds to Academy, and that is for the net race lead. But keep an eye on James Gardner. He has got to pits, and he will be on the medium tyres, and it's going to be so interesting to see how fast those fresh mediums will be to the rest of the grid as well. Will he be able to carve his way through the field like a hot knife going through butter? So Academy has pulled out another few tenths. 2 Runes just behind him. MS just not able to keep up with the 2 drivers ahead of him. Maybe just falling short on pace there. Robsu has got past Joey B in the meantime. And now Stanley is on the back of the Red Bull as well. Perhaps Joey B's early pit stop has hurt his progress here, as these 3 are the closest drivers on the track at the moment to each other. So it's a small train behind Robsu. But Robsu has dispatched Joey B and will be looking to press on. Perhaps P5 would be the best for Robsu today. We'll keep an eye on James Gardner's progress as the race goes on, but James Gardner, I'm quite sure, will come out roughly. I think the pit stop is 22 seconds round here. So the gap to the leader. So he's probably just going to come out slap bang in the middle of this battle here with these guys. Maybe they'll just be slightly ahead of him as they do slightly close in on him during this race, as Tier gets a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pits. Very easy to do here, as the pit line comes at you a lot earlier than you would expect, or the pit lane line. That's for sure. So we do have a nice, healthy battle going on here, as Stanley did indeed get past Joey B. Stanley is up to 6th position. Perhaps Joe is just really struggling with tyre wear around here, as he is not able to stay on the back of these 2 cars ahead and fallen outside of a second already. As Stanley looking for a move on the inside of the Kick Sauber at the top of the back straight. And has he got the move done? They are side by side. This is great racing by the Kick Sauber and the Aston Martin driver. Stanley just lets Robsu keep the position for the time being, and James Gardner is in the pits as well. We'll keep an eye on that and see where he comes out. I would imagine he's going to come out in the middle of this battle, just behind Joey B potentially, as Joey B is really beginning to struggle to keep up with the pace of these 2 battling ahead now. Stanley, DRS opens up to the inside of Robsu and gets the move done, does he, into turn 1. James Gardner just coming out of the pits, and he is behind Joey B, but he'll be on the much fresher medium tyres and should surely get the move done on these drivers ahead. This is race critical now for James Gardner. You can see the pace he's got on Joey B ahead, and Joey B will not pull out the red carpet for James Gardner and say off you go. Stanley gets 3 seconds ahead now, as we see Runes has also got 3 seconds. Now the time penalties are slowly beginning to creep in for the drivers ahead. Now James Gardner really needs to get the move done. We will focus on James Gardner as this goes on. We do have a Lufis, I believe, has just had a moment in the Mercedes. Not the race he wants tonight for his championship bid, but he is on course to score points, and he is on course to score more points than his title rival Drogon as it stands. And James Gardner at the inside of Joey B there, as Joey B's hanging on to the inside, but fresher tyres of James Gardner just really helping him blister along at the moment. He is out of VRS though, and Joey B has a little bit more. So now it is all down to perhaps James Gardner just needs to manage his ERS, get it back in the tank, then he can set himself on the cars in front. As a Robsu attacking Stanley again, as Stanley you can see is out of VRS, and the more these guys battle, and this is exactly what Stanley wants to see from his POV, is those two cars ahead just battling and losing time, because the quicker he can catch up to them and the quicker he can pass them, the quicker he can press on to try and nab a podium here. So Stanley and Robsu really trading punches here for P4. Rune's just outside of a second on Academy here, as Academy does have a lot of ERS in the tank. The gap is under a second. It's riveting stuff, this, to try and see who is doing what, where and when, as James Gardner now within a second of the cars ahead, and has dropped Joey B by 2 seconds. You can just see how much that Red Bull is struggling. I'm wondering if that's tyre wear or maybe just incorrect race setup here. We have got yellow flags, and I believe that is Nemo around at the back. That could be Manflo. Someone went for a little adventure anyway, as Runes has got DRS, and he has caught up to the back of Academy. As you can see, James Gardner is on the back of these cars ahead, and will he go 3 wide, or is he going to try the up and under, over and under, however you want to call it? He has got such great traction on these medium tyres as well. Needs to get this move done now, as the two cars in front actually crossed the DRS line at the same time. They both didn't get DRS, as now he looks for a move at the inside. That's a brave move to go up there, and he is surely ahead of one of them. He is ahead of Robsu, he is. Wow, that's a great move by James Gardner there, as he now has only got Stanley just ahead of him, and perhaps will get the move done on this back straight. Will the Ferrari driver? And it's easy pickings, as James Gardner did set the fastest lap on the last lap too, as you can see. Does he have the pace? He does indeed, and that is just ever so easy on those fresh mediums. So James Gardner up to 4th position, and we will keep an eye on his pace to MS ahead. Whilst James Gardner goes about his business to catch MS, we will stick on board with Runes in the Mercedes as well, because this is a battle we want to be keeping an eye on as well. We will flick to penalties as they start to become relevant in this Grand Prix, and they are ever so relevant because Runes does have 3 seconds worth of penalties. So Academy knows he's just got to keep doing what he's doing, and he'll be fine. He'll have the race win. But I'm wondering if he's aware of James Gardner on the medium tyres, as James Gardner will want to try and pull away from Stanley and Robsu and not lose time. So yes, Drogon and Lufis their first race without racing the line, down in 10th and 11th as Shaggy does get past Avenir here, as Avenir just hanging back from the Haas driver ahead, knowing that he's still got the position anyway. So Joey B is quite a way down now in no man's land. Maybe worth considering if he can do another pit stop maybe, and go for the fastest lap and claw back those positions. It just feels like Academy has got this race under control, even when Runes does get into a DRS. He just seems to tease him a little bit, lets him get into DRS. As you can see, he's just conserving his DRS down the pit straight, or he's out of DRS, should I say. He's got nothing left in the bank, as Runes is on the back of this of the Haas driver ahead as well. Drogon picks up another 3 seconds worth of time penalties, but it's not going to be doing any harm to his finishing position. As it stands, he will stay in P11. He has got a nice gap behind him to Tier. Yeah, so Runes within a second of TH Academy ahead. TH Academy is struggling with his battery at the moment. Maybe just feeling the pressure of this Mercedes behind now. Runes is really starting to reel in the car ahead. I will give a special shout out to the drivers towards the back. Manflo, Bacon Bear and Nemo are currently on course. Well, Manflo and Bacon Bear are on course to score points. Nemo just could lose out to Ralphie at the end of this race here. As we can see, Academy just burning what is left of his DRS, and so is Runes. As Runes is looking for a move on the outside, as TH Academy goes very deep there, and as Runes got the job done, he has got past, because TH Academy ran deep into turn 1, maybe looking behind him rather than ahead, and now Runes leads the way for the first time in this Grand Prix. He needs to find another 2.6 seconds, 2.7 seconds to finish the race ahead. But also in that last camera shot a moment ago, we saw this man here lurking in the background is closing up 2 MS ahead of him. But has he got the pace to catch up to these cars ahead as well? Academy just really pushing this Mercedes along now, as he has been the pace car for 80% of this race pretty much, and now he is turned from the hunted into the hunter, as he looks to win his debut race around Bahrain. Robsu picks up a critical 3 seconds, as Runes looking to break the slipstream down the straight here, as Runes is must be out of battery, as also is Academy, just as Academy is braking very late here in turn 1 and just really hurting his progress. As yes, he is just a bit too keen to not let the Mercedes ahead just pull away, as I do think Academy just does have the pace to keep the Mercedes ahead in check. So James Gardner can see his prize just gone round the corner ahead of him for the podium on lap 24 of 29. 5.5 racing laps to go here around Bahrain. It definitely feels like one of the longer races we've done this season as well. It's definitely been, maybe it's me, just feels like it has gone on a little bit longer than we're usually used to, but that is because we are doing 1.5 minute laps around here, I guess. So Stanley is looking comfortable in P5 at the moment. It's a bit of a so-so race for Stanley. James Gardner, 2.3 seconds behind MS in front of him, and everybody is really struggling on their battery now, as Runes is fighting off the Haas car behind him, and the Haas is not going to let that Mercedes have a sniff of this race win. Avenir down in 8th, and you know what? Avenir is still within Shaggy's time penalty. Shaggy's got 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Avenir could nab a P7 on his return to league racing tonight, as we have seen Joey B down in 9th, as he has indeed boxed. We've got yellow flags, and there is a Mercedes, or Drogon even. Apologies. Drogon went for a little excursion at the back, as he still won't lose any positions, as Lufus will be extending his lead at the top of the table. As Joey B now in fresh air, and will he set the fastest lap? Joey B does have plenty of battery. Josh the guy has retired in the pit lane, and you know what, I don't blame him. I don't like drivers retiring in the pit lane, but I feel like that's reasonable. I won't be too critical of him there. It's just not been Josh's night. So James Gardner, 1.6 seconds behind MS, and MS will be very feisty to try and keep hold of this podium. Will MS, I can't remember if he's had a podium before. I think he has. As more yellow flags into turn 1, that could well be of Josh the guy actually his retiring car back on track. Yes, so it's not because of an incident. So look at Academy just on the gearbox of that Mercedes like super glue, pushing him around pretty much, as Runes is looking to we've got to be ever so careful there, Academy, because that could send your front end into a spin, and that will be race over, and all of a sudden you'll be finding yourself potentially not on the podium, getting that close behind Runes. Just got to keep it roughly where he is now. Runes isn't getting anywhere as long as you're in his wing mirrors. That is all you've got to do, is just sit in Runes' wing mirrors, and the race win is yours. There's no need to try and push him around any corners at the moment, as Runes looking to break the slipstream, but Academy following suit, as we'll keep an eye on James Gardner in the background now as well. Hasn't tried saving any ERS with a couple of laps left to go, and he is within MS's DRS now. Maybe now is the key time to think about saving your ERS for one last lunge towards the end of the race. You can see how much MS is struggling there, as up the inside goes James Gardner. It was late, but you know what, that was a really good calculated move there by the Ferrari. Just caught the Aston Martin driver there napping slightly. You could see how slow he was going down up to turn 4, as now James Gardner does indeed find himself within a podium position. Now, how is this going to unfold at the front here? We can see James Gardner will use his medium tyres to potentially pull clear of MS in the next corner or so, and it's looking like that is the case here. Yeah, the Ferrari Not quite. MS is saving his ERS here by the looks of things, as James Gardner hasn't really, and now down the straight, MS is keen to stay on the back of the driver ahead. Academy, once again, he is staying in the wing mirrors of that Mercedes, and now there is nothing really Runes can do. Academy is just doing what he needs to do to win this race, just going very deep into the corner again, and just feels like just one missed time, one slip on the brake pedal, and all of a sudden you're just going to wipe out the car in front of you and slam yourself with a penalty. So Joey B on the back of Avenir giving Joey B the space and the respect he deserves going into turn 4. Actually, no, he's not. He's really hindering Joe's progress here, as Joe does eventually get past, and Joe will be looking to find 1.3 seconds with this last lap and a bit to go. We're on lap 28 of 29, soon to be lap 29 of 29 in one corner time, as they come round the final corner to have one more racing lap of this Sakir Bahrain circuit. So under the lights we go, and Runes is still not going to have the gap that he desires to win this race. So unless anything drastic happens to Academy now on this lap, it will be a race win for Academy on his APP debut. These two have been going at hammer and tong for the last 10 laps or so now, as they've been really pushing each other's limits around this circuit, and perhaps Academy has pushed Runes to his limits a little bit too much, his track limits indeed, as Runes does have 3 seconds, and he will be ruining the 3 seconds as well. Sorry, Runes. And ironically, Runes has broken the DRS on this last lap as well. Perhaps that is just Academy knowing that the job is done. Yeah, so Runes will cross the line first to take the checkered flag, but the race win will be inherited by the Haas driver behind. There we go. TH Academy takes his first ever win in APP. Runes is in second position. James Gardner comes home in third. MS is in fourth. Stanley is in fifth. Robsu will come home in sixth position. And now we have the race for Joey B. Chasing down Shaggy ahead. Needs to find another 10th and a half to steal P7. And I think Joe is just out of ERS, as it's been a horror night for Joey B. I don't think he'll be too happy with this outing. No, he hasn't done enough. Shaggy comes home in 7th on his APP debut. Avenir comes home in 9th. And we've got Lufis in 10th position. He will extend his championship lead over Drogon, as Drogon will come home in P11. Manflo in 12th. Bacon Bear. Actually, Bacon Bear could get P12 here. Go on, Bacon Bear. We've got a brilliant race at the back here for P12, as both giving each other space around this last corner, and there's a little bit of contact, but Bacon Bear goes for it. And to the line for Bacon Bear, it's P12. Well done, Bacon Bear. Manflo in 13th. Ralphie comes home in 14th, and this is what we like to see. Everybody scoring points. And yes, across the line, crosses Nemo in the Golf Williams. A great finish there for Bacon Bear. Absolutely superb, overtake in the last corner. We focused on the front, but maybe we missed a real action at the back. Everybody scores points for everybody, bar the retirements in the pits. But I can forgive Josh the Guy and Tia for having not the greatest night of their lives at Bahrain. So the top three drench each other in champagne. Horrible sticky stuff once you get yourself covered in it, and gives you one hell of a hangover. I will not tell you how I know that. So the race winner is TH Academy. The fastest lap went to Joey B in the Red Bull. Most overtakes was Shaggy P, and cleanest driver was James Gardner according to the game. Right. So TH Academy comes home in first position. Runes comes home in second. James Gardner in third position. That rounds off our podium. Then we've got MS and Stanley rounding off the top 5. Then we've got Rob, Sue, Shaggy, Joe, Avenir, and Lufus rounding off the top 10. Then we've got Drogon, Ralphie, Bacon Bear, Manflo, and Nemo all scoring points. And then our 2 DNFs are Tia and Josh the Guy. Thank you all for your lovely comments in the chat. And you know what? For tier 3, the numbers have been really high tonight. So thank you all for your views. It's been hovering around low 20s for viewers. So it's a pleasure to commentate for you all. It makes it all worthwhile. So we will pick our driver of the day for tonight, and I think my driver of the day has got to go to James Gardner. Just the alternate strategy paid off and dared to be different to the rest of the field. And you know what? He bagged himself a podium. So I will say that will be my driver of the day. James Gardner, a very, very solid race indeed. Thank you for calling me Lawrence Brandor. It's very kind of you. So yes, just point you in the direction for the rest of the week. Everybody tag Ghost in the Discord and time to upload the podcast tomorrow night. Look out for Ghost's Twitch channel, which will go live for tier 2 commentary with Ghost and Dakar as they take us through the Bahrain Grand Prix. Unfortunately, I will not be racing tomorrow. I will be at the football, just because it will be the last game I get to go to for some time, just because of the way fixtures and work clash. So I will be I'll be dipping into football tomorrow night. So I'll be having a week off from tier 2. And Friday night, we race in tier 1 at Bahrain as well. I believe Sumo Gilligan will be going live on YouTube. So please, when he does go live, please show him lots of love. Give him a load of likes on his stream as well. And yes, he does a very good job. Hopefully my kind words will make him more lenient on me in his comms. And Sunday, although we do not have commentary, although me and Ghost may have spoiled you all yesterday with our elite commentary, but it's just driver POVs usually, unless me and Ghost decide to have another DNF session at the end of the race. Yeah, Bacon Bear delighted with P13 there. It's a good result, Bacon Bear, and that was a good overtake. Well done. It's nice to see. Right, so I think that is it, everybody. That is tier 3 concluded for the week. Let's have a quick look where we are going to next week. Let me just fire up the Discord. I think next week is Imola, actually, without having a look. I did see the calendar somewhere. Yes, so round 4 is Imola next week. And then round 5 is the Netherlands reverse. So that'll be very interesting. Then round 6, we only do it once a year. We go around Monaco. It's been brought forward a few seasons this year just because usually interest in the game is normally fallen off in our last season. So we made the decision to pull it forward a few seasons and have it earlier on in the year, but still one race a year around Monaco. Who will be the Monaco champion in round 6? Then we have Texas round 7, Canada round 8, Belgium round 9, and we end the season down under in Australia in Upside Down Land. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you all for your lovely words throughout the race. It's been nice to see all the comments ping up on the chat and just see everyone getting along, having a great time. And it's also great to see a good race in Tier 3. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great evening. Goodbye.